and then off in the background.
Hi, Grand Peak Academy families. It's so great to see you this afternoon for our middle school back to school introductions. Thank you for being here with us. My name is Nicole Parker. I am the middle school assistant principal here at Grand Peak. This is my first year, and I am super excited about what our year ahead brings. I come from 13 years in education prior to this. I was not born in Colorado. I am from a military family, so we moved all around. I've been able to live in Mississippi, Georgia, North Carolina, and Texas. Colorado is definitely my favorite for a bunch of reasons. I am married and I have two small kids. They are 2 and 4 years old, so they keep me on my toes and very busy when I am not here at school. Some favorite things that I like to do when I'm not here: I love being outside. I love gardening, flower garden, not vegetable garden. I'm not very good at that part. I like hiking, so again, another outdoor activity. Taking the kids out to get fresh air whenever possible. I also like cooking, so that's something that I know my family enjoys. But I am, again, super excited to be here, and I'm going to introduce you to Mrs. Rafferty.
Hi, Grand Peak Academy. I'm Mrs. Rafferty, and I teach humanities, writing, and forensics, although this year we're calling it speech and drama because we're doing the school play through forensics this year, so woohoo! You all probably know me. I was your teacher in 6th grade, so I get you again. We have lots of books we're gonna read, and lots of writing we're gonna do, and other fun stuff, so welcome back.
Hi, Grand Peak. My name is Courtney Meyer. I'll be teaching 6th grade humanities, writing, and also family consumer science, or home ec is another term for it. So for 6th grade this year,
my name's Lacey Cortez. I'm going to be teaching 6th grade humanities and a science class as well. And so I'm excited to be here as well.
So for 6th grade, some of the novels we'll be reading some mythology, which is super fun. We'll be reading Fever 1793, which is also a great novel, and then some poetry, some short stories. So we're both really excited to be your 6th grade teachers this year.
Yes, I look forward to seeing you guys. Hi everyone, my name is Sabra Laveres. I'm the 7th grade humanities teacher. I'm moving here from Alpine, Texas. My last 3 years I taught high school in Marfa, Texas, which is a little bitty tiny town. So this is a big school for me. I'm excited to be here. We're going to start off in humanities. We're going to start off with some short stories. So everybody will be getting one of these books, and then we're going to move into Call of the Wild as our first novel. In history, we're going to be looking at the Spanish-American War, going into World War I. We'll be looking at geography of the United States and of Europe. I think there are a lot of great things in store for us this year. I'm excited to be here. This is my 3rd time living in Colorado Springs. I'm a military spouse, so we were stationed here twice, and now we're retired here. So I'm glad to be back and looking forward to seeing you.
Hi, I'm Andy Capitrio, and this year I'm going to be teaching 7th and 8th grade math. And I'm super excited because we have a pretty large group taking Algebra 2 this year. So that is super exciting and super fun. I'm really looking forward to seeing all of you back in our building, and we miss you so much.
And hello, my name is Jason Murphy. Mr. Murphy is how you'll know me, but I am the 6th and 7th grade math teacher along with Ms. Capitrio. And I'm really looking forward to this. One of my favorite things is math puzzles and riddles. I actually collect math riddles. And some other people said about where they're from. I moved out to Colorado about 4 years ago. I actually had family and connections out here for 20 years, and my family was saying, when are you going to move out to Winfield? When are you going to move out to Colorado? So finally 4 years ago I made the leap, and I love Colorado Springs. looking forward to teaching math here. I've been teaching math for about 12 years now, so I have a lot of experience teaching math, and 6th and 7th grade are actually some of my favorite ages. So looking forward to meeting all of you.
Good afternoon, Grand Peak. My name is Mr. Jenlink. I'm going to be your science teacher this year. I'm originally a geologist because geology rocks, and I hope you're ready for some puns because I'm the punniest human being on the face of this planet. I'm originally from Wichita, Kansas, but I've lived all over. I've been teaching now for 4 years and positively love it. I'm super happy to be here in Colorado Springs. This place is awesome. And I hope you are ready to discover the mysteries of the universe with me, because the more you know.
Hey Grand Peak Bears, I'm Catherine Reyes and Kendra Searcy, and we are your aides here in middle school. We are so excited to be back in middle school. Middle school is one of my favorite places to be, so whether we are going to be streaming online or in person, whatever that looks like, we are here to help you guys out and hope that you have the best year possible.
All right, very good. Some things that we're going to have to change, some things that are changing. So when you all come back into the building, we're not going to be using the lockers because it's hard to social distance out of the lockers. So we have a couple of things that we've had to change because of that. One of those things is your cell phone. Now we understand that you need to be able to contact your families after school, and we want to honor that. But while you're in the school from 8 a.m. until 3:10, cell phones are not to be in use. So you will put your cell phone turned off and in your backpack and not access it throughout the day. If we hear it or see it, it's going to go to the office and they're going to have to call your parents to come in and get that. And we don't want that to happen. So make sure you leave your cell phones in your backpacks. Also, we were not going to be able to transition or use the restrooms and facilities during passing, because again, social distancing. So you're going to be giving you some extra time during classes to do all those things that you need to do. We have some symbols that we're going to be using. If you need to use the water fountain, because again, you can't do that during your passing, and last year you did that I took care of that all by yourself. You're going to use the big W. If you're going to go to the bathroom, you're going to use the big B. And what else am I missing? Oh, your supplies. If you need your supplies and you need to access your backpack, you're going to want to let us know first so that you're not always rummaging in your backpack and doing things. So those are some of the policies that we've had to change and that we're going to change starting this school year.
So another thing we have to change is the transition time. So last year and previous years, all of you have been in the hallway at once. Obviously that's not going to work for social distancing. So we've created a schedule where there's not as many or not as many students transitioning. So basically there'll be 2, possibly 3 classes in the hallway at a time. And what we thought would be great for everybody to get a chance to get some exercise, get some fresh air, and also take your masks off, is to be able to take a little walk outside. So we're going to go out one of the doors. We're just going to stay social distance between each other 3 feet or 6 feet, whatever it ends up being. And you're going to be able to take your mask off outside. You're going to be able to have a snack, and this is between classes. So that's how transitions will look. But definitely not going to be everybody in the hallway. And like Ms. Capatrio said, you cannot use the bathroom or get a drink during transition time. So during passing period, you'll have to do that during class using those hand signals.
And as you notice, we are all wearing our stylish masks today. I'm going to go ahead and take mine off. They're reminding me, but I actually did that on purpose. So what I want to do, because we are not going to have lockers this year, I am going to show you that you will have to have a backpack like this, and pretty much everything for all of your day will have to be in this backpack. What will happen is you'll come into your class, you'll put this in the back of the classroom, and get out what you need just for that class. Everything else should just stay in your backpack in the classroom. So again, if you did forget something in your backpack, you can always just give your teacher this signal during class that you need to go get something in your backpack, and if it's a convenient time for you, you won't be missing anything, your teacher will let you go get something, or they might ask you just to wait for a moment. I just want to show you what I have in my backpack. You might have something like a wonderful math textbook. You know it's your favorite. You might have something like a pencil pouch. And for some classes,
You will need a red pen for grading or some annotation markers. I know you'll need that for Mrs. Rafferty's class. You should have some kind of binder in your backpack that allows you to organize yourself for your different classes. And for Mrs. Rafferty's class, you will also need a composition notebook about this size. Is that correct?
Only that size.
Only that size. Only this size. So please contact her if you're confused on that, but it should be about this size, and these are really easy to find in many stores. You can even find them at the dollar store. And I have a little separate pouch in mine. One thing that we are encouraging this year, because we do want to minimize things like pencil sharpening and sharing pencil sharpeners, one thing that is really convenient is mechanical pencils. These allow you to avoid pencil sharpening. I also have a spare mask in here. Spare mask is good because it might break during the day. You just never know what can happen to these. So it's good to bring a spare. So I do want to remind everybody about that. I also have a cell phone, but my cell phone is turned off and so that nobody will hear it during class, and it will stay in my backpack during the entirety of class, turned off, so that nobody hears it. So that's very important, and it will just be in the back of the classroom. So thank you very much.
All right, guys. I'm going to talk about two things. One is Chromebooks. Everyone is going to be assigned their own Chromebook this year, so you'll be responsible for that. If we happen to go to remote learning, you will have that accessible at home as well. But just up to you to take care of that and be responsible with it. The next thing that I'm supposed to talk about electives. Okay, electives for the duration of the social distancing while it's in place. Electives are going to be online. What that looks like is you will go to your cohort class and you will log on to your Chromebook and you will get your instructions or whatever your teacher posts, and you will work on that assignment while in class. It will look a lot like a study hall. Everyone's kind of working on whatever elective they got, whatever elective they're in, and they'll do that work and submit it through Google Classroom. That's just in place while there's social distancing in place, and hopefully we will be able to move back to normal as quickly as possible and resume our electives in class. I do want to make the exception of band and PE, and is it
Art.
Is it art? You will actually travel to those classes during your electives, but we're trying to minimize for the rest of the classes the travel time out in the hallway. So that's how that's going to work, and we think we have a pretty good plan for back to school. We are anxiously awaiting for your return because we're kind of getting bored here. So we're looking forward to Monday, and I guess at this point we'll take any questions that you guys have.
Can you just do a reminder for streaming school that if they are signed up for streaming school, they have been sent a time for Tuesday or Wednesday for pickup?
Yeah, so if you are listening in right now and you are signed up for streaming school, we're excited to have you, even if it's remotely. You have been sent an email for either Tuesday or Wednesday of this week where you'll pick up your supplies, and that will be here in the gym. So your parents are going to come to the back side of the building and go in through the gym doors, and parents stay in the car, please, just to minimize the interaction that we have in the building. And then the students will come in, and there'll be different stations where they pick up their supplies and be all set for remote learning.
Got a question about when do schedules come out?
Ooh, when do schedules come out?
The first day.
Monday, first day, you get those?
17th.
Which is Monday the 17th, I believe.
I
the
would say
schedule will
keep
be.
checking Power School. They may be in Power School.
Keep checking Power
Keep
School.
checking Power School.
And especially for those of you remote, so that you know where you gotta go and when.
What about, so this is a general question, I think it'll be in the return to learn, but what about the school supply list for middle school? If you're streaming student versus in-person student?
Okay, question is about the school supplies. So in the springtime, sometime, you got a school supply list. Those things are still in place, and if you look on that supply list, it does note if it's for your personal use. Everything is for your personal use. So everything you buy is for your personal use. It's going in your backpack if you come to school. It's in your wherever you want to do school at home. So you'll have those supplies accessible throughout the day. There will be no community school supplies while social distancing is in place. And what was the other part of that question?
That was mainly it.
Mainly it.
It's on the parents tab on our website.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the other thing I was thinking of, the parents tab on the website, someone's saying that you can find it there. You will also be getting a class syllabus this year. There might be a discrepancy with some of those supplies. I know for me personally, in my writing class, you have to have a library card, which you can get online. You don't have to go in person to get that set up. But that's not on the original school supply list. It's on my syllabus supply list. So just make sure you have the supplies for both of those. And those syllabi are going to be coming this week if you're remote. When you come into the building, you'll get that list. And if you're in person, you'll get that list then.
What about, how do they get classroom codes for Google Classroom?
Google Classroom codes. If you're a remote learner, you will get those when you come into the gym on your assigned day. Those codes will be available. When you come to class on Monday, first day of class, you'll get those. We'll make sure you're all set up for your Google Classroom. There's also some streaming school things that we have to communicate so that you can log on to that. And then from there, all the links will be posted for all the different learning, what am I trying to say, websites that we will need. Those links will be there.
I think that's it.
Any other questions? Type them in. We're waiting.